Well, it's a good one. Certainly going to face some good competition right out of the chute. A program that we don't know anything about or we're learning about, Samford, which, as was mentioned, won 25 games last year, went to the NCAA. We did exchange exhibition games from last night. I haven't watched them yet. One of my assistants was watching, and Annette watched a little bit. They've got really good quickness. So they're going to probably get after us. And the interesting thing, I just looked at the box score from last night. Over half of their shots were threes. So they're a team that can penetrate and kick and has some shooters. So we'll watch some video on them, and we've got a practice tomorrow and a practice when we get to DePaul to get prepared for an interesting opponent. Well, I feel good about them. I think we've had a good practice season so far. We probably played a little better our first exhibition game than I would have anticipated. I think we had a real quality opponent that first night out. I think the team has a ton of room to grow, which is always the case at this point in the year, but maybe more so with this team this year. We're not very old. We have one senior and a good junior class that's experienced, but we're going to have some freshmen playing, true freshmen, and a couple redshirt freshmen. So it'll be interesting to see how they step out in their first game that really counts. Well, it's all a growing process. I love the exhibition games, and I'm glad we had the quality opponents. I mean, I think LC State's a really good team, and I think Northern was scrappy, and I think they did a lot of things to us that we can learn from. And what I like about it more than anything is we got nice turnouts for them. You get the game atmosphere, the crowd atmosphere, and that's the only way you can get experience is to play in the game. So it was invaluable for our young kids, and we're getting great leadership from our older kids who realize if we're going to be good, we've got to have some new kids stepping in that contribute. We lost 3 kids that played a lot. So I think the experience gained in those games is extremely valuable. I think it's more just the way it worked out. You know, in both games we played a lot of kids, and we were going to play a lot of kids. However, the game was going. I thought the freshman kids that scored in that first game, I was pleased they played with poise. And it's nice that we didn't shoot the ball great in those games. We shot it pretty well, and we had stretches where we shot real well. I thought the first unit, the older kids, really played well in that LC State game. We passed the ball well. That's been a point of emphasis for us this year, as being a better passing team and maybe an extra pass sometimes. And I thought they did a good job of that. So one thing about, I don't get too carried away with freshmen going out and they have a good night. They are freshmen, and maybe the next night doesn't go exactly that way type of thing, whereas with older kids, what you want is consistency, and we need that from our older kids, whether they're making all their shots. It's the way they're playing defense, and the way they're poised. And we only have 12 scholarship kids, which is fewer than we usually have, so you hate to ever redshirt yourself out of any wins, but there may be a couple ladies we give an opportunity to redshirt. It's always their choice, simply because, particularly early on here, you know, we've got an experienced crew that we're jumping right against some good teams, and you know, that's going to be the bulk of what we're looking at getting her done for us. So we may give one, and it's possibly 2 kids an opportunity to redshirt, but you know, if they go in a game, they're not redshirt anymore. But I don't know that we'll know for sure till we're a couple games in.
Well, I'm not really sure like where we should be. I guess, you know, I think that we're doing really well, and we've been practicing really hard. We step on the court each day and battle hard. I think that like what Coach said, our first game went really well, and it went a lot better than not that we had any expectations of how it was going to go, but it went really well, especially compared to last year, you know, and each team's different. You can't really compare, but I definitely think that we're doing a lot of really good things, but I also think that there's a lot of areas to improve on. The second game, Northern kind of pressured us a little bit more, and that was something that we struggled a little bit with, and passing under pressure, dribbling under pressure, just handling that kind of pressure. I mean, it's different than playing against each other in practice. I mean, we can, you know, put pressure on each other, but it's definitely different playing against different teams. I'm excited for it. I'm excited just to get on the road and play a real game and kind of see where our team's at. I think it'll be a better evaluation of where we're at and what we can do. And I think, you know, even coming off like that UCLA game last year, we're capable of anything. The sky is the limit, and we've been practicing hard. And I think it's going to be a great a great experience for our team. It's going to be a great experience for our younger players. And, I mean, these games are what count for later on in the season. You know, we take it one game at a time, but how we handle, you know, these games, win or loss, is going to help us down the road.